There are moments in life that don't make sense, no matter how many times you replay them. Mine started inside a sheriff's office at exactly 11:48 p.m. I went there to report my younger brother missing, but before I could say his name, the deputy opened a filing cabinet, looked me straight in the eyes, and said, "You're a little late." He placed a missing person report on the desk. The name on it was my brother's. The problem was, the report had already been filed, and the date at the top was tomorrow. My name is Daniel. I grew up in Ash Creek, a town so small, everyone knew everyone. Nothing strange ever happened there. The biggest news was usually a broken traffic light or somebody's dog wandering into the wrong yard. That's why nobody believed what happened that weekend. Not at first. My younger brother, Noah, worked the evening shift at a local auto repair shop. Every night, he drove home using County Road 14. It wasn't the fastest route, but it cut through miles of farmland, and nobody was ever on it after dark. Friday night, he texted me, "Leaving now." That was the last message anyone ever received. At first, I wasn't worried. Noah had a habit of turning his phone off while driving. But by midnight, nobody had heard from him. Calls went straight to voicemail. His girlfriend hadn't seen him. His coworkers said he left on time. Every minute that passed, something felt more wrong. Around 1 in the morning, I drove the same road Noah always used. County Road 14 stretched for miles through open fields. No streetlights, no houses, just darkness. Then, my headlights caught something sitting on the shoulder. It was Noah's truck. The engine was still warm. The driver's door was open. His phone was lying in the gravel. The screen was cracked, still unlocked. The last thing on the display wasn't a text message. It wasn't a map. It was a photo taken less than a minute before he disappeared. A photo of the empty road ahead. Except, standing in the middle of that road was someone wearing my jacket. My first instinct was simple. I thought Noah had been carjacked. I grabbed my flashlight and started searching the fields beside the road. The corn was nearly shoulder high. Every gust of wind made it sound like someone was walking beside me. I kept calling his name, again and again. The only thing that answered was the wind. About 30 yards from Noah's truck, I found footprints. Just one set. They led away from the road, toward an abandoned grain silo. The strange part, they never came back. Whoever walked out there simply disappeared. By sunrise, deputies had surrounded the area. Search dogs arrived. Drones flew over the fields. They searched for nearly 6 hours. Nothing. No blood. No torn clothing. No signs of a struggle. It was as if Noah had simply stopped existing. That afternoon, I finally looked through Noah's phone. There weren't many clues. Just one thing that didn't belong. A voice memo, 7 seconds long, recorded 1 minute before the photo. I pressed play. At first, there was only static. Then Noah whispered, "Someone's standing in the road." A few seconds passed. His breathing became heavier. Then he quietly said, "Why is he wearing Daniel's jacket?" Right before the recording ended, another voice answered, calm, clear, and impossibly close. It said, "Because tomorrow, it belongs to me." I replayed the recording 5 times. The second voice wasn't Noah's. It wasn't distorted. It sounded completely normal. That's what terrified me most. Because before Noah disappeared, he'd taken a picture of someone wearing my jacket. And now, whatever was standing on that road somehow knew I'd be there next. I couldn't stop thinking about that voice. Tomorrow, it belongs to me. I drove back to County Road 14. This time, in daylight, the abandoned grain silo looked even older than I remembered. Most of the roof had collapsed. Rust covered nearly every inch of metal. As I walked inside, something caught my eye. Dozens, maybe hundreds, of names carved into the steel walls. Every name had a date beside it. Most of the dates were years old. Then I found Noah's name, freshly carved. Underneath it was yesterday's date. My stomach dropped. Just below Noah's, another name had been carved. Mine. The date beside it was tomorrow. I backed away, and something crunched beneath my boot. It was a disposable camera, covered in dust. Inside, only 3 photos remained. The first showed the silo. The second showed the empty road. The third made my blood run cold. It was a picture of me, standing exactly where I was now. The problem was the jacket I was wearing. I bought it 2 weeks ago. I ran back to my truck. My phone rang. It was the sheriff. His voice sounded different, nervous. He asked one question. "Daniel, where are you?" I told him. He went silent. Then he said, "Don't go home. We found another missing person report. It was filed 10 minutes ago. It's yours." I started the engine, looked into the rearview mirror, and froze. Sitting in the back seat was someone wearing my jacket. He wasn't smiling. He wasn't moving. He simply looked at me as if he'd been waiting all along. I spun around. The back seat was empty. When I looked into the mirror again, so was the reflection. I left Ash Creek that afternoon. I never went back. Noah was never found. Neither was anyone whose name had been carved into that silo. Sometimes, I still wake up after dreaming about County Road 14. And every once in a while, I receive an email with no sender, no message, just a single attachment. It's always a photograph. It's always dated tomorrow. And in every picture, I'm standing somewhere I haven't been yet.